You're out of your mind. You're fucking chopping dicks off and giving little kids hormone blockers. You have no idea what the long-term consequences are. You're ignoring the health risks. You won't even talk about the health risks.
Yeah.
You use things like gender-affirming care.
Joe Rogan has been on a rampage recently when it comes to exposing the lunatics over on the left. As you can see right here, this tweet says, Joe Rogan explains how propaganda has driven the left insane, talking about that it's all on purpose, that the country, the powers that be are trying to drive the left absolutely insane on purpose. They're doing it to the entire country, obviously. They're trying to drive everybody insane. It's just working a whole lot better on the left right now than people who used to be liberals, which we'll go into in 1 second, but have now left the left, like Joe Rogan and like so many others that we've been going over recently. They are some of the ones that are able to see it from the inside. You know, they were able to see it when they were on the left, and now people like Joe Rogan are straight up leaving the left. And as you can see in this clip right here that I'll play in 1 second, Joe Rogan's absolutely not just leaving the left, but obliterating the left on his way out. So let's check out this clip here from Joe Rogan, once again, explaining how the propaganda has driven the left insane.
It's done purposely. And I think it's done, if you have enough stuff about like whatever the thing is, whether it's Black Lives Matter or whether it's Ukraine or whether it's free Palestine from the river to the sea, if you have enough of that online, it moves the needle. And the way I described it the other day, it's like if two ships are going in a certain direction. This is a ship where people logically work through things, and this is a ship that's adjusted by the algorithm, affected by the algorithm. It just moves that much. Over time, this is what we're seeing. So over time, you and I, who used to be on the left, are now like, where's the left? Where are you guys? You guys are so far away. I can't even see you.
It's actually a pretty good analogy. You know, if you just think of Joe Rogan, who's just minding his own business, he has his own beliefs, his own morals and things like that. He's just on the ship that's not algorithmically affected. It's just going down its straight path. And then everybody else is on this other ship that is algorithmically affected. Then Joe Rogan, 10 years later, after being on the left for so long, Joe Rogan looks at the other ship and he's like, you know, like he's saying right here, where are you guys? Like, how can I possibly be on the left? I can't even see you anymore. You're so far gone. You know,
you're out of your mind. You're fucking chopping dicks off and giving little kids hormone blockers. You have no idea what the long-term consequences are. You're ignoring the health risks. You won't even talk about the health risks. You use things like gender-affirming care. What are you saying? What are you saying when you're talking about children? Why are you just accepting this? Because it's a noble thing to blurt out, so everybody goes, you're on the right team. That's what it is. It's not like, oh my God, what are we doing to kids? It's not like, oh my God, what are we doing to San Francisco? It's not like, oh my God, why are we letting these violent criminals out of jail? It's like, oh my God, why are we defunding the fucking police?
He looks genuinely pissed off. Like in that clip, that's some of the maddest I've ever seen Joe Rogan when it comes to these topics. Like Joe Rogan has been calling out these things for a while, but he normally doesn't get that pissed off. Like he's normally just like, you know, laughing about it, you know, smoking his joint, like laughing about it with his buddies. In this one, he seems genuinely pissed off. Like he's genuinely mad. And I think it's, you know, obviously it comes from, you know, the stuff with the kids and, you know, just harming the overall population of the United States. But I think a lot of it also, a lot of the anger coming from Joe Rogan comes from what he's talking about with the ships. Like he wants to be on the left. He has these morals. He has, you know, that these beliefs that don't align with the right. But he's pissed off because he can't be on the left because they are so crazy, because they have been fed this propaganda for so long, and it's really worked on the left. You know, it's really destroyed the entire left. So let's check out some of the replies real quick, and then we'll get into the other clip where Joe Rogan talks about how he just completely has left the left altogether. 100% accurate. I used to think I was middle of the road liberal. I stopped voting for Democrats after the first Obama administration. They took the left miles away from where it used to be. And that's how a lot of people feel. That's how people like Joe Rogan, like Tim Pool, a lot of these people who used to be liberals or used to be leaning more left leaning have just kind of stayed the same in their beliefs, not really shifted one way or the other. But because the world around them has shifted so much, now they're considered like alt-right. Like people genuinely say that Joe Rogan is alt-right and Tim Pool is alt-right. Like Joe Rogan is not, I wouldn't even classify him as right-wing at all. I don't know what he would be because he has said himself that he is not left-wing anymore. He said it in multiple clips. He said it in this clip right here. He said it in that clip that I just played you. This is a tweet from Colin Rugg. It says, Joe Rogan goes off on liberalism, says he was liberal his whole life, but can no longer support their cause because it has gone full communist. Rogan is wide awake. I was very left-leaning at the end of the day. I'm more left than I am right, but California went nuts, man. It's gone like full communist. It's out of its effing mind, and their approach to law enforcement is so insane. It's so so insane. There is no cash bail, not letting people out for committing violent crimes, not stopping people for stealing. Let's check out this clip from Joe Rogan where he talks about actually leaving the left altogether.
Austin people are great people. They're really nice. They're nice. They're not shitheads. They're not Hollywood people. They're not lost in this fake world of leftist ideology that everybody's trapped in. They're just people. They're just regular people, man. And those people exist outside of these blue bubbles where everyone's gone insane. Well, I used to be a part of the blue bubble. I was 100% a left-leaning person who lived in Los Angeles. I was 100%. I never voted Republican my whole life. I was very left-leaning, especially with like any social issues. When it comes to financial things, I'm a little bit more conservative, but at the end of the day, I'm way more left than I am right. But California went nuts, man. It's gone like full communist. It's out of its fucking mind. And their approach to law enforcement is so insane. It's so insane. The no cash bail, the letting people out for committing violent crimes, the fucking not stopping people for stealing up to whatever money it is. What is it, $900 now? I think they raised it. I think they made it a little higher. San Francisco is non-existent. Most of San Francisco is emptied out of like big chain stores and big department stores.
I wouldn't even do stand-up there anymore.
It's crazy.
They ruined it.
They ruined the city.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can bring it back. The structure's still there. But
Yeah,
you'd have
yeah.
to have some hardcore Rudy Giuliani type motherfucker to come in there and knock heads.
Wow.
And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. They're peace, love, and granola and fucking wear a mask.
I'm in the middle now.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle.
I never thought I would ever say that.
Never.
It only happened in this last year.
Right. Exactly.
I just went, I can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? People that you thought were aligned with you are like...
And it's also about not even just the belief shifting, but also just sharing opinions such as this. You know, just Joe Rogan and this other guy, I always forget his name, but just them talking about these opinions that they have and speaking on them strongly. And like other opinions Joe Rogan has had about the jab and stuff like that. But he gets destroyed every single time he has an opinion that doesn't align with the status quo of the left. So not only are his beliefs staying the same while the left is drastically shifting, but also every time he expresses these beliefs that he has, he gets absolutely destroyed for it by the left. So why would you ever want to be a part of and support a group where if you're Joe Rogan, you get destroyed every time you talk about your true beliefs? Why would you ever want to be a part of that group of people? It's no wonder why people like Joe Rogan and Tim Pool and everyone is leaving the left.
Like now like mad at you about shit.
They're in a cult. They're in a cult. It's got all, I mean, Mark Andreessen, who's a brilliant venture capitalist guy, explained it to me in very clear terms, like what the definition of a cult is, how you can get excommunicated, how you get shamed for having differing opinions, the group think, the whole. He's like, it's a cult, and he's right. He's 100% right.
Yeah. It's
just hard to say because then people in the cult will attack you, but they're not attacking you for a reasonable. It's not logical. Like the way they're attacking you. They're attacking like someone attacks religious beliefs.
Yeah. And
some of these religious beliefs, so it gets into these weird gray areas, like trans people in women's bathrooms. Like, says who?
Yeah.
Says who? How do you know that's a real trans person? How do you not know that's a fucking creep that wants to pull his dick out in front of kids? Because those are real.
We
and
spa.
And if that guy was a convicted sex offender. Yeah. And he was doing that. Look, those guys are real. It doesn't mean trans people aren't real also, but those guys are fucking real.
Yeah.
And to even say that those guys are real, you get excommunicated. You get treated like you're a Nazi.
I never even cared about it.
Didn't care at all.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you are, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, I can't do it anymore.
I think it's engineered. I really
do. By who?
By China and by Russia.
Oh, no, Chinese.
Yeah, I think what they're doing by manipulating social media, manipulating algorithms, I think some of it is natural. Don't get me wrong. I think some of it would
100%. 100%. There's certain people who are sold out. There's certain people from those places that own certain social media companies, and they're pushing certain narratives. 100%. You know, everybody can see it. Joe Rogan can see it. Elon Musk says, yeah.
Austin people.
But yeah,
dude,
it's just crazy to me how even people like Joe Rogan are seeing the writing on the wall, and I think he's seen it for a long time. But now he's just pissed off. Like, he's just done. He's not holding anything back anymore. Like, he's done with the left completely. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these clips, about this one in particular, where Joe Rogan just explains how the propaganda has driven the left absolutely insane, and how Joe Rogan describes why he's left the left. And I don't know if he would describe himself as right wing. I definitely wouldn't describe him as that. But let me know what you think Joe Rogan is now. Like, is he just truly a centrist, or what do you think? Does he align more with the right than he does with the left, or still think he's a lefty? In my opinion, still think he's on the left, but it's not the left, the culty left. He's awake at least a little bit. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these Joe Rogan clips, and if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you on the next one.